Good morning, friends and my dear children. Once again, welcome back to our study channel, Perry's Study and Motivation. So, we have started a new chapter, that is Organic Chemistry, Nomenclature of Organic Compounds. So, I was giving you the introduction for Nomenclature of Organic Compounds. So, as a part of introduction, we were discussing about the unique characteristics exhibited by carbon. Carbon is a very unique element. Okay, so what are the unique characteristics of carbon? We were discussing about that. So, as a part of that, we have discussed the very important property of allotropy in the previous video. So, those who are watching my videos for the first time, please kindly watch the previous videos and visit the channel at least for once, and please check and do subscribe to my channel. Okay, so this is Lalita Perry, your science teacher, and basically I teach chemistry, right? So today I am going to discuss about the remaining unique properties of carbon. Okay, so as a part of nomenclature, in the introduction part of nomenclature, we have the unique characteristics exhibited by carbon. We were discussing about that. Only allotropy I have discussed in the previous video. So in the remaining unique properties I am going to discuss in this video, right? So let us start with the topic. I request all the children to please kindly make a note of what all the teacher says. Okay, take out your copy, pen, and please note down what all the points that are being explained by your teachers. Okay, so today's topic, let us learn unique characteristics of carbon. Unique properties of carbon. Okay, carbon is very special. Okay, so the very important element which we have to learn about, a lot much is there to learn about carbon. Okay, never ending. Okay, never ending. How much ever we learn about carbon, there is still to learn. Okay, such a great important element, okay, is carbon. Very precious than gold. The element which I love most is carbon only. Everybody says that platinum is very costliest, very expensive. Okay, the greatest noble metal. Okay, but still, okay, we don't use platinum everywhere, but we use carbon everywhere. Okay, such a greatest element carbon is. So every time I used to say with my students to make friendship with carbon. Okay, because we are learning the unique characteristics of carbon, and carbon from now onwards will become our best friend. Okay, so carbon is my best friend. I always say to my students to make friendship with carbon. Okay, the more you make friendship with carbon, the more it will help you. Okay, so that's why from today onwards, carbon is only our best friend. Okay, so let us learn why we have to make friendship with carbon. What are the unique characteristics exhibited by carbon? Already allotropy I discussed in the previous video. So in this video, the remaining unique properties I am going to discuss. Okay, so the first one is what? Catenation. Catenation. Carbon exhibits the property of catenation. Okay, and then isomerism. Isomerism. Okay, and then formation of multiple bonds. Formation of multiple bonds. Carbon exhibits the property of forming multiple bonds. Okay, and tetravalency, the unique characteristic exhibited by carbon, tetravalency. These are the very important 4 unique properties other than allotropy. Okay, so we are going to discuss about these 4 properties in this video, right? So let us learn what is meant by catenation. First one is what? Catenation. Okay, so catenation means what? Carbon undergoes a unique property called catenation. Catenation means self-linking of carbon atoms, okay, to form long chain carbon compounds or to form ring chain carbon compounds. Okay, ring structures or branched chain structures. Okay, carbon atoms will link together, self-linking of carbon atoms. Okay, self-linking of catenation means what? Self-linking of carbon atoms. Okay, now self-linking of carbon atoms to form what? To form compounds of long chains. To form compounds of long chains. To form compounds of long chains. Okay, a big chained compounds. Longest chains it can form. Compounds of long chains, branched chains. Okay, now compounds of long chains, branched chains, and even ring structures also. Means carbon atoms just link together to form different types of compounds. That self-linking process, you call it as what? Catenation. Okay, self-linking of carbon atoms to form compounds of long chains. Branched chains means what? So many branches also can exist. Substituents also can exist. Okay, branched chains and ring structures. Okay, such kind of property, you call it as what? Catenation. Okay, let us learn some examples. Okay, self-linking of what? Carbon atoms to form long chain compounds. You can see carbon-carbon linking. Of course, hydrogens also will be there. Okay, like you can see the example of this. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2. Okay, such a long chain compounds it can form. Carbon can form compounds of longest chains, how much ever long chain also it can form. Even a compound having hundreds and hundreds of carbon atoms in one compound itself. Okay, in the same compound only so many carbon atoms link together to form long chain compounds. Okay, or it can also form branched chain compounds. Branched chain, like you can see the example here. CH3, CH, here down one more CH3, CH, up one more CH3. Okay. See here, so many branches it can form. Okay, branched chain compounds. Okay, such kind of branches. See how many branches are there. Substituents. Okay, you call them as what? Substituents. Side chains. Okay, such kind of branched compounds also it can form, and even ring structures also. Okay, so many types of ring structures also it can form. Aromatic ring structures. Okay, cyclic structures, like that. You have lot many ring structures also can be formed with the help of carbon. Only carbon can able to exhibit this property, no other element. That is why carbon is what? Unique. Okay, now very special. Carbon is very special. That's why we have to make friendship with carbon. Okay, so ring structures, you can take examples of aromatic structures like benzene. Ring structures. Okay, ring structures. Okay, like this ring structures, cyclobenzene. Okay, cyclohexane. This is benzene. Okay, we'll learn the formulas. Okay, how the structures, everything we'll be learning in the next coming classes, right? So this is benzene structure. A ring structure is there. Cyclohexane. Okay, a ring structure without double bonds inside. Okay, cyclohexane, ring structure. Okay, cyclobutane, ring structure. Okay, square. It's like a square. Cyclobutane. Okay, cyclobutane. And you can even have a triangular shaped structure. Cyclopropane. Okay, names and all, how we have to give names and all, everything we'll be learning in the next coming classes. Okay, so like this, ring structures it can form, straight chain structures it can form, open chain structures. Okay, and they can even form what? Branched chain structures. Okay, all carbon atoms link together to form long chain compounds or branched chain compounds or compounds with ring structures. Such property is called what? Catenation. A very unique property exhibited by carbon. First property, right? So next one is what? Second property is what? Isomerism. Isomerism. Okay. Second unique property exhibited by carbon is what? Isomerism. Iso, the word iso stands for what? Same. Okay, iso stands for same. Merism means different parts. Okay, so isomerism. Second property is what? Isomerism. So what is meant by this isomerism? The property in which same elements, two different compounds will have same molecular formula but different structures and different physical and chemical properties. Okay, now the property in which, what is isomerism? Isomerism is defined as two or more substances having same molecular formula. Two or more substances. Okay, now two or more substances having same molecular formula. Two or more substances having same molecular formula. Having same molecular formula but different structures. Okay, now two or more compounds having same molecular formula but different structures are called what? Isomers. Please remember this, same molecular formula but different structures. Okay, now different structures. Molecules having, substances which are having same molecular formula but different structures are called what? Isomers. Okay, are called isomers. Okay, are called isomers, and the phenomenon exhibited by them is called isomerism. The phenomenon exhibited by them, the phenomenon exhibited by them is called what? Isomerism. Okay, such substances are called isomers and the phenomenon exhibited by them is called what? Isomerism. Okay, so two or more substances having same molecular formula. Okay, molecular formula will be same but structures are different. Okay, such kind of substances are called what? Isomers. Let us learn the example. Suppose first example if you learn. If you go for a compound named pentane. Okay, now pentane. Okay, its molecular formula is C5H12. That means 5 carbon atoms and 12 hydrogens are there. Okay, so this C5H12 can be written as what we call straight chain compounds it can make. If you go for a straight chain, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons and 12 hydrogens. Okay, now 5 carbons, 12 hydrogens. CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. See here 5 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. C5H12. Okay, so straight chain structure. Straight chain structure. You can draw a straight chain structure. One compound can exist like this. Okay, with all carbon atoms joined together in the straight line. Okay, and this you call it as N-pentane. N-pentane. This you call it as what? N-pentane. Okay, the same C5H12 can be written as the 2,3 dimethyl butane also. Once look at this. 4 carbon atoms in the straight way. I am going to link them straightly. Okay, and 1 carbon atom we are going to link it to the down. Okay, 1 carbon atom down. Okay. Let us see. Once look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms. Okay. And hydrogens, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8. Somewhere I went wrong. CH3, CH. Okay. Here CH2, here CH3. Right? Because tetravalency also to be satisfied. Okay. Means carbon should have 4 bonds around it. It will have 4 bonds. Okay. So, this is one kind of structure with same formula C5H12, but structure is different and it exhibits different properties also. N-pentane, okay, this is isopentane. You can write it as what? Isopentane. Okay, this is called as what? Isopentane. Okay, how the word iso comes? Okay, that also we'll be learning in the next coming next coming classes. Okay, and the same thing can be even written as what? See here, the same formula C5H12 can be written even as what? Even like this also. See, this is structure B, chain, branched chain. Okay, this is what? Branched chain structure. Okay, of same formula, branched chain structure. Okay, and this can even be written as this C5H12. Structure A I wrote, structure B I wrote. Structure C also I am writing, see here. Okay. Once look at this. CH3, CH3, all 4 sides. Okay. Once look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. Okay now. 5 carbons. And 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. 12 hydrogens. Okay. 5 carbons, 12 hydrogens. Okay. Same C5H12 can be even written like this also. And this you call it as what? Neopentane. Okay. So, pentane C5H12 can be written in the straight chain as N-pentane, in the branched chain as isopentane, and in the form of a double branched chain, okay, as neopentane. Okay, with same molecular formula but different structures. Okay, you can even take the examples of second example for isomers. Example 2 for isomers, you can take the example of C2H5OH, C2H5OH, that means 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. 2 carbons, 6 hydrogen, C2H6O. Okay now, C2H6O is the molecular formula for one compound. Okay, that can be written as C2H5OH, which is called as ethyl alcohol. Which is called as what? Ethyl alcohol. The same C2H6O can be even written as what? CH3O, CH3 also. Okay. CH3O, CH3. Okay. C2H6O can even be written as CH3O, CH3. 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Okay now. 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Okay now, 1 oxygen. The same thing here also. 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Okay. So, this is called as what? Dimethyl ether. Dimethyl ether. Okay. This compound is named as what? Dimethyl ether. Okay. Even ethyl alcohol is also having the formula C2H6O. Dimethyl ether is also having the molecular formula as C2H6O. But if you write the structure like this, it is called as ethyl alcohol and it is exhibiting some kind of chemical properties. Whereas if you write the formula like this, like 2 methyl groups on either sides of oxygen. Okay, if you write like this, it is showing, it is exhibiting different properties other than ethyl alcohol. And it is named as what? Dimethyl ether. Okay, that means molecular formula is same. Their structures are different. If they have different structures, they have different chemical formulas. Okay, as well as different physical states also. chemical properties are different, physical properties are different, everything are different, but they have only molecular formula is same. Okay, so compounds which are having same molecular formula but different structures are called what? Isomers. Okay, and that was the unique property exhibited by our special element carbon. That's why carbon is very special. Okay, and millions of compounds can be exhibited like this. Even really, it's very amazing to understand the nature of carbon. Okay, it's really handsome topic or beautiful topic, we can say. Okay, very beautiful topic. Okay, to learn about carbon compounds, to learn about organic chemistry, beautifully it will be explained. Okay, so there is much is there to learn also. Okay, knowledge based, logical based, everything. Okay, it's like playing games, logical games. Okay, so that's why with fun you should learn everything with fun. Okay, so you have to be careful at the same time. Okay, so this is the property of what? Isomerism. Okay, next we are going to learn about the third property, that is formation of multiple bonds. Formation of multiple bonds. Okay, multiple. The word multiple stands for what? Multiple stands for many. Okay, formation of multiple bonds. Third property is what? Formation of multiple bonds. Okay, na? Multiple bonds. Formation of multiple bonds. Okay, that means what? Carbon can exhibit compounds with a single bond in between two carbon atoms. At the same time, it can form compounds with double bond in between carbon atoms as well as triple bond also. That means carbon can form compounds of single bond, it can form compounds of double bonds, it can form compounds of triple bonds also. No other element can do like this. That's why carbon is very special. That's why carbon is very unique, isn't it? So see here, carbon single bonded compounds. Okay, now C single bond C. Okay, like the other elements, let us fill them with hydrogens. Okay, now CH3. Tetravalency is to be satisfied. Tetravalency, please remember the concept. Carbon will have 4 bonds around it. Every carbon will have 4 bonds around it. Okay, so that is what you call it as tetravalency. Of course, why it exhibits tetravalency, that also we are going to discuss in this video, right? So see here, carbon linked with another carbon with one bond, and the remaining 3 bonds, it is being linked with 3 hydrogens. Okay, that only you are writing it as what? CH3. Okay, that only you are writing it as CH3. And this side also, these 3 hydrogens are 3 bonds. Totally carbon, each carbon will have what? 4 bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly for the second carbon also, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bonds will be there. Around each carbon atom, 4 bonds should be there. In that way, you have to fill the number of hydrogens. Okay. How I am keeping 3 here, 3 hydrogens here, that side also 3 hydrogens only. Why only 3? Because carbon satisfies what? Tetravalency. Okay, why can't I keep here CH2? Tetravalency will not be satisfied. Okay, or if it is CH2, it has to be linked with something else at least. Okay, so without fulfilling 4 bonds around each carbon atom, whether it may be a double bond or triple bond or single bond, whatever it may be, but it should have 4 bonds around it. That is what you call it as tetravalency. So please remember, while filling hydrogens, keep in mind the concept of tetravalency that is being exhibited by carbon also. Okay, so if I keep CH2 here, I should keep something else here. Okay, then it is okay. Tetravalency must be satisfied. Okay, so formation of multiple bonds here means what? Single bonded compounds. Carbon can form compounds of, this is a compound of single bond. A compound of single bond in between the 2 carbon atoms. Okay, a compound of single bond in between 2 carbon atoms. in between two carbons. It is a compound of single bond. Okay, now 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens. It is what? C2H6, ethane. C2H6. How the names will come, that also we'll be learning. That is only what you call it as nomenclature, isn't it? Okay, so it can also form compounds where double bond is present in between two carbons. Okay, now it can form compounds where double bond is present in between two carbons. See, in between two carbons, one double bond I kept. That means more two bonds will be with the hydrogens. Okay, as the tetravalency is to be satisfied, I told you already. Okay, already I kept a double bond in between two carbon atoms. So the remaining two bonds will be with the two hydrogens each on both sides of carbons. Okay, so it is a compound of double bond in between two carbon atoms. A compound of double bond in between two carbon atoms. Okay, in between two carbon atoms. It is what? C2H4. 2 carbons, 4 hydrogens. C2H4. It is ethene. The name of the compound is what? Ethene. Okay, same like that. It can even form compounds of type triple bond in between two carbon atoms. If I write here, you can able to see. Yes, triple bond. Okay, already 3 bonds satisfied with another carbon. So I am going to keep only one H. One hydrogen is being kept in order to satisfy the tetravalency of carbon. Okay, already 3 bonds are being satisfied with another carbon. So only one H on each side of carbon. So this is a compound of triple bond. A compound of triple bond. Okay, now a compound of triple bond in between two carbon atoms. Okay, now in between two carbon atoms. A compound of triple bond in between two carbon atoms. Okay, so it is what? C2H2. C2H2. Okay, ethyne. It is what? Ethyne. It is ethyne. C2H2. That means you can see a compound where single bond is present in between two carbon atoms. It can form compounds where double bond can be present in between two carbon atoms. It can even form compounds where triple bond can be formed in between two carbon atoms. That means carbon can exhibit all types of compounds. Okay, no other element can do it. Suppose if you go for any other element like oxygen. Oxygen, in between two oxygen atoms, only a double bond is possible. There is no chance for the formation of triple bond. Of course, ozone is there, but alternatively. Okay, suppose if you take any other element, okay, any other element, in between two similar atoms, all different types of bondings can be possible only with the carbon. It is not at all possible with any other element. That is why carbon is again unique. Okay, now that is why carbon is very unique, very special. Okay, so it can form single bonded compounds. We generally call them as alkanes. It can form compounds which are having double bond in between two carbon atoms. These are what? Alkanes. And these are what? Alkenes. Alkenes. And compounds with triple bond, you call them as alkynes. Alkynes. Lot much is there to discuss about this. Okay. So that is why carbon is unique. It can form single bonded compounds. It can form double bonded. It can form triple bonded compounds. That is why it can undergo the formation of what? Multiple bonds. Okay. So that's why carbon is unique. And the last property what I was telling you, tetravalency. Tetravalency. Valency can be understood by the concept of what? Number of valence electrons in the last orbit. Okay. Number of valence electrons. Okay. So you have to be very careful here. Concept of valency. Tetravalency. Here what? Carbon is exhibiting which type of valency? Tetravalency. Tetra means 4. Tetravalency of carbon. Very unique. Very special. Okay. So the word tetra stands for what? 4. Okay, that means 4 bonds will be there, as I was telling you from the beginning. 4 bonds will be there. In between 2 carbon atoms, always 4 bonds will be there. Around each carbon atom, 4 bonds will be there. Okay, so tetra means 4. Suppose if you go for carbon, its atomic number is 6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 is the electronic configuration of elements. Okay, here 4 valence electrons you are finding. 4 valence electrons. Okay, but to find the valency, okay, number of unpaired electrons in the last orbit has to be counted. Please understand the point carefully. If you write the box method of this, I am going to write only the underlined one. The box method. 2s, I think you all know. S orbital will represent with one box. This 2s, we are writing like this, and these 2 electrons will write like this. Isn't it? 2 electrons, one upward arrow, one downward arrow. In atomic structure, you will be learning all these things. Right? 2p2. P orbital means you are going to represent it with 3 boxes. Okay. Px, Py, Pz. Recall. Px, Py, Pz. This is 2p orbital. Okay. Now in that, according to Hund's rule, all the orbitals are to be singly occupied first. Isn't it or not? 1 electron. So these 2 electrons, one here, one here. This is the electronic configuration. Valence electronic configuration of carbon. Okay. Ground state. Ground state configuration. You call it as ground state electronic configuration of carbon. Ground state electronic configuration of carbon. Okay. This is valence electronic configuration. Better I write here valence. Because always valence electrons will participate in bonding. Okay, now they play a very important role. You might have learnt. Okay, so here only 2 unpaired electrons you are finding. Okay, unpaired electrons, how many you are finding? Unpaired electrons means what? Single electrons. What are unpaired electrons? Single electrons. How many single electrons you find? That itself will be the valency of that element. Okay, so unpaired electrons, actually you are finding it here too. Okay, this is under what? Ground state. That means as usual state. But as empty orbital is available here, please understand the point carefully. As empty orbital is available, okay, the electrons present in the s orbital can jump from here to here. See, if vacant benches are there, will children sit together, in 2 to 3 children will sit together? If more benches are available, suppose. Okay, now if more benches are available, then what children will do? They will sit in different places. They wanted to go to the next bench. They want to sit freely. In the same way, here also, electrons will undergo excitation. Excitation means what? Jumping of electrons. Okay. So, that you call it as what? Excited state. In excited state, that means after the electron jumps, as vacant orbital available. Okay now, vacant orbital available here. Vacant, empty. Vacant orbital is available. Isn't it or not? If vacant orbital is available, why don't the electron jumps? It will jump. Okay, so if it jumps, okay, now you count. In 2s, only 1 will be left over. Okay, 2s, only 1 is left over. And in 2p, okay, as after the electron jumps from here to here, 3 electrons will be there in each 2p, in each px, py, pz. So now unpaired electrons, how many are there? 4 are there. Now unpaired electrons. Okay, now previously in ground state, unpaired electrons 2 only are there. When it is in ground state, means before jumping. Ground state means what? Before jumping. Before jumping, what we call 2 unpaired electrons are there. Before jumping, 2 unpaired electrons are there. Now after jumping Jumping is called what? Excited state. After jumping, unpaired electrons are 4. Okay. So, it can exhibit valency. Here unpaired electrons are 2. So, valency can be 2. Okay. But in the excited state, unpaired electrons are 4. That's why valency is considered to be what? 4. So, that's why carbon undergoes what? Tetravalency. That is very, very important. Okay. So, carbon undergoes tetravalency. Number of unpaired electrons in any orbit can gives you valency of that element. Okay. Here in ground state, valency is 2 only. But in excited state, as electron jump from 2s orbital to 2p orbital. Okay. So, it has 4 unpaired electrons now. So, its valency can be 4 also. And this is what is going to happen in the formation of each and every compound of carbon. Okay. That's why carbon's valency is found to be 4. And it's a 4th A group element. You all know that. Okay. So, that is the special based on this tetravalency property. Okay. It can even form what? Compounds of different bonds. Okay, now it can even form compounds of what we call single bonded, double bonded as well as triple bonded also. That's why carbon is what? Every time I say it's very unique. Okay, a very special element. Okay, so that's why we have to make friendship. From now onwards, our best friend is what? Carbon. Okay, I always used to say to children the same thing whenever I teach organic chemistry. I always say that from today onwards, our best friend is carbon only, no one else. Okay, make friendship with carbon. That will help you a lot. That will show you so much world to you. Okay, carbon will show you a very different, amazing world. Okay, to you. That's why carbon is very special. Okay, I love carbon and my best friend is carbon. Okay, so these are the unique properties exhibited by carbon. Okay, so please pause the video and keep writing the notes and please keep practicing every day. Do not relax. And most of the children, really I am feeling, I am getting messages from most of my students that most of the children are what we call in a depressed mood as exams were cancelled. Okay, as exams were cancelled, most of this batch children are generally framed as Corona batch. Really, very unfortunate to say like that. Just who want pass mark? Everybody can pass. This is a competitive world and because of Corona, the competition has been totally lost and exams were cancelled and children are promoted. And because of this reason, okay, what all the hard work and efforts taken by so many children are gone with the wind. Isn't it? That's very really upset. But don't worry, you have a very good days ahead of you. Your batch will never be called as Corona batch. Okay, don't be upset, dear children. Okay, no Corona batch. Okay, exams, if possibility is there, surely, okay, board is going to conduct exams for you. Okay, so keep learning. That's why keep learning, keep understanding the concepts, and your hard work is your superpower. Okay, I always say the same. Follow the same mantra every time. Okay, until then, happy learning. Keep watching my videos, and those who are watching for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. Share the information to your friends. Okay, I want more subscribers. I want your support. Each subscriber is like a god to me now. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel and please support me in my journey. Thanks for watching. Bye.